Hello there, everyone. If you've seen a few of my videos from the past couple of weeks that I've posted on Instagram and Facebook, I've been addressing cultural issues, specifically cult-like cultural issues in the United States. And I'm going to stop posting on Instagram and Facebook and start posting it onto YouTube, and also use this video as more of an introductory video of what to expect on this channel. I'm going to post on YouTube because I realized when I was posting on Instagram that videos need to be much shorter and I need to talk a lot more. And the 3 to 5 minute videos that I post just don't work in that format for Instagram. And so I'm on YouTube now. Anyways, so this video blog that I'm starting is going to be addressing the bad cults that exist in the United States and how to address the misinformation that they produce and how to dismantle them, and maybe if you're in one, how to get out of one. I just see it as a major problem in this country, and I really want to focus on that. So basically, what are cults? So there are good cults and there are bad cults. A good cult would be being a fan of a sports team or a musical band. As long as, you know, you're not one of those sports fans that likes to beat people up when your team loses, that's kind of when sports cults become bad. But in general, sports is about having fun and escaping and being part of an atmosphere that just brings joy. And the same thing with watching music. For example, I'm a massive Tool fan. And if you try to convince me that Tool is not the best band on the planet, I'm not going to believe anything you say because I'm in the Tool cult. You can't convince me that Tool isn't the best band on the planet. But like I said, those are good cults. They're not going to harm anybody. But bad cults. Cults become bad when the disinformation becomes dangerous to oneself and to others. So in America, those cults are usually in the form of Christianity, capitalism, the political parties, Democrats and Republicans. They could both become dangerous to themselves and people around them, because you get caught in these information bubbles where you don't hear information outside of these cults, outside of those bubbles, and you believe things that could end up harming people around you and maybe even yourself. That is what a bad cult does. There is more to it than that. There are authors I would suggest reading. I will leave in the links of this blog that really get into cults. But that's generally what this page is going to be about. So for my first topic, it's going to be a quick one. And this cult is going to be about anti-establishment folks, the people that are just so vehemently anti-establishment that they end up just denying science, denying very well-known facts, because the facts or the science is coming from well-known institutions that they see as establishment. So think of guys like Russell Brand and Joe Rogan, who are constantly, 90% of the time you kind of like what they're saying, but that 10% of the time where you're just like, what the hell, dude? Vaccines are good. They're not bad. Like Russell Brand is questioning vaccines because it's coming from big pharma. Where else is it going to come from? Probably big government. You know, people, random doctors, virologists aren't going to think of making vaccines on their own. It's going to have to come from big pharma or big government. So just dismissing essential, scientifically established items like that because you're anti-establishment is just, come on, be anti-establishment, but don't get caught in information bubbles like that. Like Joe Rogan letting on the guy who claimed, the doctor, I'm forgetting his name now, but he let on a doctor who claimed to invent the COVID RNA vaccine, and he didn't invent it. It was like dozens of doctors that had a part of it, and he was a small part of it, so he didn't invent it. So, but he was going on Joe Rogan's show talking about how the vaccine was dangerous, and it's not. Nobody has died from the vaccine. People have had myocarditis, which is a temporary inflammation of the heart, but that goes back to normal after some time. And oddly enough, that is a side effect that happens when you get COVID as well. And there are other anti-establishment examples of this. Like, I see it on the far left, on the far right, like just them just dismissing anything that comes out of the Democrats, or what the right calls the rhinos. The Trump backers that just are anti-anything a Republican would say against Trump or against DeSantis. Or on the Democrat side, anything Biden does good, progressives will shoot it down because he's establishment. Things like that. Like, it just irks me, because it's just like, come on, you can't just let your thinking just fall out of your head like that. You just have this gut reaction to things. You got to think through things. So I wanted to address that cult, because it's just been bugging me. I just see too many people dismissing obvious facts because of their so anti-establishment take on things. All right. Good night, people.